Hello everyone, and welcome to the Joe and Zach Survival Channel. Today we're going to do a wild edible video on the plant called the Goldenrod. I know most of you know what plant this is. We'll take a closer look. There's something like 50 different varieties of it. And all of them are, just a little different from wherever you go, but they're basically the same. These can get up to 8 feet tall almost, so they get very big. This is pretty common what we get around here in Minnesota. So let's take a closer look at it and we'll just talk about what we can do to eat this thing and for teas and stuff like that. Okay, you can get a closer look here. They got tiny little yellow flowers on here, and they have an anise, or however you pronounce that, type smell. And if you can pick the leaves on these and throw them into a tea, steep them in boiling water for 10 minutes, and it'll give you that same flavored type tea. Same with the flowers. You can also cook these greens and eat them if you want to. You can take the flowers and eat them raw, or you can dry them also and use them for tea. Now it's kind of interesting that the inside of these have a rubbery like a sap, and I can't seem to get it out of there, but I was just reading about it, and Thomas Edison actually tried to market that, get it out of here and market it as a rubbery type of whatever. It never went anywhere, but I thought that was kind of interesting. What we're going to do with this is I'm going to pick some for use to dry it to make a tea that we can try this winter. But since these flowers are so fine, they don't have anything on them, just the flowers. There's no seed cover, like the burdock ones had or anything like that. I'm going to pick a whole bunch of these, dry them, and grind them into a flour, and we're going to try that because I don't know what that would taste like. That taste 50-50 with a flour in Bannock or something, but I think it's worth a try. So let's pick a bunch of these and we'll get them drying out. Now you might wonder why the heck I would want to try to make flour out of the flowers. This is great. I can eat these raw. I can dry them out and make them into a tea. But this is growing in abundance here. I can get a lot of this stuff, pick it. It isn't going to do me any good in the middle of the wintertime. And up here, like I've said before, once winter starts, we've got like 6 months where you're not getting any wild edibles unless you're shooting it. So if I could get this to go into a flour substitute, I can get all this nutritional value and use this in the dead of the wintertime. And I don't have to worry about, if they're dried out or making tea or anything. It's just flour. Now if we take a look at the leaves on here, because you might be IDing this when it doesn't have flowers. I don't even know if you can see that. But it's got parallel veins that are coming up. It's lightly toothed around here. The leaves are fairly smooth. The bottom side is a little bit rough. The stalk is smooth. And one way you can tell is if you take this and hold it up into the sunlight and look through it, it looks like it's got a whole bunch of tiny little pinholes in it, just little translucent dots that you can see through. And that's a for sure way you can tell that it's a goldenrod. That's a lot of flowers. I'm just going to set these out and we'll let them dry. Some of these I kept longer stems on them so I could save the leaves. Well, it's been a couple days since I put these out to dry, and yesterday was a really windy day, so it really helped to dry these out. Now I'm just picking some of the leaves that are completely dry here, and I'm going to put them into a jar so we can do our tea later on. Alright everyone, well, I took these off of the picnic table, and now I drove 250 miles home, and what I've been doing is I take them and I just strip these flowers off here, and I try to get, I'm trying to keep most of these little things out, and you get such an abundance of this, and it's kind of like when I did the burdock, there's just so much of it that I don't really worry if I lose any of it or anything like that. So I just taken off the easy stuff, and I've just been doing it just like this, and I've got this much, and now what we're going to do, we'll take and dump it in the blender and grind it and see if we can come up with something that will work as a flour substitute. Okay, let's get some dumped in there. The stuff is so fluffy, it's actually kind of a mess, but try that much and see what we end up with. Alright, so I let that go for a few minutes. And this stuff is kind of reminding me of the clover flower. Hey Zach,
Yep.
smell this stuff once.
Is it recording?
Yeah. It's that anise.
You know what it smells like?
What?
Like tea bags, green tea.
Like green tea. I don't know. How do you think Bannoc's going to taste like that though? Might be kind of nasty.
Yeah.
Well, I grinded up and made 2 cups worth. And like I said, this is similar in consistency to the clover flower, but it's even a little bit more stringy, or I don't know what the word is for it. But we're going to try it anyway. I don't know if this would work really good as a flour substitute per se, like, you know, but as far as Bannock, you can use it. You can put anything in Bannock, so it'll work for that. I just don't know what that's going to taste like. I think it's going to be really interesting.